Okay, guys, I'm super excited right now to have a guy that we've had on before. We had a nice long conversation with him, myself and crew Paul. This is a guy who is on a tear right now. He's got big news. There's a lot of stuff, so we're going to try to get through all of it in the time that we have with him. Uh, without further ado, we've got Micah Terrill.
Look at you saying it nice and clean. It's near and far when people say it correctly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, people probably want to say Terrill or something like that,
Oh,
right?
they do, and I, like I said last time, I've been guilty of calling myself Terrell. I mean, what the like? Why? When but it's all good.
Right on. So let me just say thanks for coming on, man. Thanks for making yourself available. I know right now things are happening for you right now, and I'm sure that there's lots of people trying to get your time. So thank you for Fight Game Podcast giving Fight Game Podcast your time.
Oh man, no, of course. Thanks for having me out. I mean, trying to get the word out for you guys and myself as well. I mean, we wouldn't be anywhere without each other in reality. So, I greatly appreciate you having us out, having me out here.
That's what's up, man. And we're actually we're catching him in the middle of life right now. So again, this is the type of guy that is going to actually be there for his fans, and we absolutely greatly appreciate it. So that being said, let me get with my first question. Let's get on
Oh
with
yeah.
this interview. All right,
Oh,
first question is well, first I got to tell you the content that we've been putting out with you. You know, your interview, Fight Game Podcast 13 has been blowing up like crazy. Uh,
good.
People are loving it, and I got to say thank you for posting that video of the subway
I
chokeout.
told you. I had to look at my archives, but I had it somewhere. And that's only it's part of the story, but you guys kind of get the gist.
That was insane, man. And it's sad that it's only a few seconds worth of it, but at least it's like the prime few seconds.
Right, right. I mean, like you said, I mean, you saw the guy, the security guard or whatever it is,
Yeah.
come in. You saw he was armed, the gun was there, and he had his little bully stick out. Well, that's because his ass got pushed to the ground and had to stand back up. You know what I mean? Like you guys missed all that. That wasn't in the video, but I mean, the whole everything that transpired was just. I mean, it was just that just how it ended.
It was actually hilarious because you almost get that feel like because I looked out for that security guard after watching our story again, kind of hearing the details from you, and the security guard was like, you could tell he was like, oh, dad's home, let him take care of this. He
Yeah,
just
he
stepped
kind
right
of came
back.
out. Yep.
That's what's up. So you've got big news, and for those of you guys that are paying attention, you already know it. But before we get to that big news, I kind of want that to be the middle thing. Right now, let me ask you about your fight at Shogun 22 with
Okay.
Jerome Featherstone. This is kind of a hotly contested thing here, but let me get it from your words. How did the fight go? What did you think about Featherstone? What did you think about your chances of winning? And of course, talk about the eye poke.
So my chances of winning obviously were always 100%. I proved that in the first round. I went out. I think he hit me with a bunch of air punches. He didn't really hit me, and I'm not even holding anything back because he's running his mouth, and it is what it is. I knocked him out twice. He photos show he was asleep on my stomach. You know what I mean? My hands were up, like he was out. I mean, I don't. He can say all he wants, but he was out. The ref stopped. I mean, there was in reality after I posted the video, everybody's like, "There's no controversy." Ref stopped the fight. He was out cold. The outcome of the first round changed when I stopped elbowing him. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. He was a game opponent for the time. He stood up. I mean, he ran the entire first round. If you watch the video, he backpedaled, 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 backpedaled.
Yeah,
Wanted to get me against the cage. He got me against the cage good. What did I do? I elbowed him to death, just like I always do, because I'm a violent person.
those
Second round,
elbows, those elbows. I gotta say, man, I watched those elbows. Those were kudos to him for surviving those elbows because those.
well, like you say, he survived for an extent, and he woke up, and then he got knocked out and woke back up. So yeah, I mean, he kept fighting after he from a close source, he even said he was knocked out cold, and as coaches, I mean, it is what it is, but at the same time, I can't relish on the ref should have stopped it and all that. So we went out in the second round, started going at it. I dropped him with a couple leg kicks. He didn't really have an answer for anything. I think he hit me a total of 2 times in that whole fight. When you watch it, and I've watched the replay. It wasn't a great display. I looked a little flat in the second round, but in reality, it wasn't really flat. I was just biding time. He wasn't doing anything to me. He was just running, and then when he wanted to come in, And second round, he got a takedown. Not going to take that away from him. Got a takedown on me.
What
Couldn't
did you?
figure out. He
What did you?
couldn't figure, huh?
I'm sorry. What did you think about his wrestling though?
I mean, it was decent. It was good. First round he couldn't get me down. Second round, he got me, with a clean takedown. It is, and I'm not going to take that from him. But then again, when he got me down, he had no idea what to do. He couldn't. I held him, and I was like me. I'm a pro. Like I've been doing this for a long time. I looked up the clock and I was like, oh, cool. We got 2 minutes left. Let me get him tired of him trying to figure out what to do. So he was swinging and missing, and couldn't figure out. He was laying on top of me. No big deal. I was still up on the scorecards. I'm not really worried about it. You know what I mean? Everybody's like, oh, you should have got up. Got up. Why? I was already up on the scorecards. Why, as a pro, if I'm going to get him tired, I know what I'm doing, my game plan. So, and then there comes the eye rake. Do I think he gouged mine, like intentionally dug it? No, he didn't. Problem was he had nails, and
Oh,
and that what it was is you see his hand on my face, on my eye, and he
yes.
just slides it across, and he cut my cornea. It was a deep scratch on my cornea. The eye doctor, I went to the eye doctor, and he said you're lucky it wasn't your retina. Still not full vision out of my peripherals or whatever. But I'm pretty much cleared. My eyes felt like sandpaper for about a week. Eye drops twice a day, which burn like absolute hell.
Jeez.
And then I mean, it is what it is. Do I think it was intentional? No. But he can sit here and run his mouth, acting like he's a real champ. Well, you got knocked the fuck out. Excuse my language, but you couldn't handle kicks. You couldn't handle punches. You were running. You couldn't. There was nothing you could do. You got a takedown. I'll applaud you for that. But get me down, do some damage, bro. Besides breaking my eye, and then we'll talk. You know what I mean? But
You were looking up a couple of times during the fight. When he had you up against the cage, what you were looking up at something and you were talking. What were you saying and what were you looking at?
well, the one time I was talking to the ref because he done jumped in, and his exact words were, "The fight's over." So I put my hands up, and then I look over and I'm pointing, and I'm like, "Okay." Well, he was like, "Well, no, I meant to say, Jerome, defend yourself. You got to defend yourself." And I was like, "Well, which one is it, boss?" And he's like, "Oh, just keep fighting." So I was like, "Okay, cool." So then I started elbowing again, and then I'm looking at my coaches. I'm breathing. I'm real relaxed. He's trying really hard to get me down. It's just I've been in that position before. I've been in that situation, so I wasn't in any kind of panic. I was very relaxed, and I was just biding my time. I wish I could have hit him with more, but he ran. It was tough. It's tough to hit a guy. People are like, why didn't you just go right after him? You know what I mean? Well, in a fight, you don't just run like I used to do that, run right at a person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get in the exchange. Well, he was backpedaling. It's tough. I mean, I'm reaching out, trying to get my range. So, I mean, if the fight ever happened again, then I already know what would happen, and it would hands down. But right now, I'm not even focused on that because the real champion focus what lies ahead, and I got something bigger in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
not think,
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about what happens in 3 weeks.
All right, so yeah, so I actually got signed to Bellator to a TV fight. Um, a lot of people were saying, "Skeptic, oh, you got to sell tickets." I don't have to sell nothing. I get to just show up and fight. They're flying me in, paying my stay. It's a relief, in a way for my entire career, as long as it's when I've had my ups and downs. But I made it. You know what I mean? My whole goal in life was or in my career, not life. My whole goal in this career is to make it to a major organization. You know what I mean? I've
Yeah.
been doing it so long. I'm older than most people. Some of these young guns are coming after me. Cool, let them come. But guess what? I made it, and now I can give back. Now it's time. It's my time. The guy, I couldn't ask for a better matchup. The dude's a tough guy, but he's been he's been baptized quite a few times. You know what I mean? And if anybody knows me, which everybody does, I'm a heavy hitter, and he'll stand and trade. Well, he can't take a punch, doesn't like to get pressured. So I've been told, as of right now, it's a 1 fight contract.
Okay.
I've been told that, and it's a TV fight, so I win. I should be offered a multi-fight money contract.
And what do
So
you and what do you think about what do you think about your sort of how this fight's going to go? Do you have a game plan for this guy? Have you been watching tapes and that type of thing with this guy?
I watched. So when I got the call, I actually got a message from a guy that's the matchmaker and stuff for Bellator or whatever, and he's like, hey man, would you like to fight this guy? This was like a week after my last fight, and he's like, "Hey, you want to fight this guy on August 24th?" I didn't even look at the name. I said, "Yeah." I didn't care. I'll be honest. I had no clue who the hell this guy was. Didn't care. I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to say no, because it's all everything that I've worked for. It's all my losses that I've acquired. It's all my wins. It's all the people that I've encountered. It's all the people that have been in my life for the past 12 years. That the culmination of that. It was a no-brainer. I wouldn't have cared if they said I'm fighting GSP. The answer is yes.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I mean, fighters fight. So,
Well said.
and it just so happened to be that this guy, he's battle tested. He's been in the UFC, Bellator, yada yada yada. But the thing is, the difference between me and him is he's been there already. I haven't. I'm hungry. It's my time. It's not his.
You got that eye of the tiger, huh, Rock?
I do. Come on, Mick. Hey, Mick.
So listen, in this fight that you're about to have on Bellator, it's one contract. So that means, or this is a one fight contract. So that means, is there a lot riding on this for you to really impress Bellator? Is that kind of your
everything? It's everything's riding on me because I mean, like I said, I'm in that point of the career where I'm in or I'm out. You know what I mean? Like I want to focus my time and my energy on my family and my young fighters and my gym, right? So my whole career I've been focusing on trying to get to this point, and I'm here, and I'm gonna stay. I'm not just here for a good time. I'm here for a long time. You know what I mean? So it's and like I said, he doesn't like to be pressed. He doesn't like to get hit. Well, guess what I like to do? I like to press. I like to hit, and I'm coming in. I don't see any other outcome there. There hasn't been in a long time. I haven't felt really comfortable about a fight, and even a bigger fight like this. I don't foresee any other outcome, than walking away with my hand raised and and them saying, "Hey, here's your contract." Other than that, just that it's my final. It's my run. It's my time.
So we're looking, what we're as the fans, we're looking for the usual Micah, SeeMe, Terrill fireworks.
Oh yeah, they're coming in hot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, don't get it twisted. It's gonna be executed. It's gonna be it's it's not just wild and brawling and stuff. I'm not gonna get drawn into a brawl, but the way he likes to fight, he covers, he shells. He's an old school boxer. He's a boxer by trade. He doesn't do a very good job of covering his head.
Oh.
His head gets hit a lot, and that's why he's had the problem. And also, he's an American top team. They're known for banging. They're known for losing.
Yes.
Getting knocked out all the time at practice and getting ambulances taking him to coming right back. Well, I mean that's fine. He could overlook me and whatever, but he's not going to miss these punches. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm in there just going to have fun. I'm going to have. It's. I look at it. I look at this as my last fight, like big fight, and I'm just going out there, even though I know it's not that. I'm just holding it like this, just going out,
Yeah.
with a bang.
Are you
That makes sense.
Oh, absolutely makes sense. And it sounds about right. You know what I mean? Like, you sound like a guy who's about to put it all on the line, which, obviously that makes for the best fights, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if we ain't got nothing else, what do you got? You got everything. So I'm gonna give it to him.
So are you adding or subtracting anything from your fight camp for this upcoming Bellator fight?
Yeah, tweaking a few things with the strength and conditioning point. Just because I'm coming off of a fight, so I don't need to get right back into heavy lifting and stuff. I'm meeting with Josh Ford, who's working on. He's my old coach, but he's Kat Zingano's coach. A couple other people in the UFC that he's been around. He's known, but he's also known for the mental game. And he's got this book that me and my girlfriend Jamie were fixing to get. We're both going to get it and read it up to the fight. Ego is your enemy, and he said that's going to help big time with, your mental preparation. And, I'm going to sit down and meet with him tomorrow. I think just for this fight, it's just more of a mental game, and just getting to show the world and silence all the haters who want to see me fail. And then, just show all the people that want to see me succeed. They get to see me, you know what I mean? That's pretty much what it's about this time. I'm going to be on TV, see me. So,
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, like a lot of people are seeing you nowadays, so I guess your nickname makes a lot more sense, especially right now. I mean, they're all like I was telling you about earlier. All the videos that we put out so far with you, and there's more to come the next couple of weeks. people are seeing you, and they're replying and sharing and all the other stuff. So it's wonderful to see
Good.
this ramp up, and people supporting you and getting behind you. And speaking of supporting you, getting behind you, congratulating you for your black belt.
Oh, thank you. Thanks. So I'm moving. I was turning some lights on, trying to get up. Hold on one second. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, we got you.
No, I greatly appreciate that. It's that's been 11 years in the making, almost 12 years. Like it was a dream. I got my brown belt all the way up through Vicente, De La Hiva, Vicente Jr. And you know with just the separation of me in that gym, I had to look elsewhere, and I've never been more comfortable or felt more connected with the coach in my life than I am with Carlos Cantanilla, and he's a fourth degree black belt. What he's one of the select few that's been doing it that long, and he's really helped my MMA game and just my overall, and just having fun and understanding, and and broadening. He's got an open mind. Not a lot of people have an open mind when it comes to jiu-jitsu. It's their way. He's just it's just totally different feel. With him, and I couldn't be more happy and thrilled to be with him. God's put him in my life for a reason. So I'm taking it.
That's what's up. And as far as his help during your camp, is he taking a role in helping your ground game, or?
He's taken a huge role. He's one of the most selfless guys I've ever met. He doesn't. There's a lot of people in my past that only basically, if I ask them for something, they're like, "Well, what can I do for them in order to
Right.
get that?" You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He's basically just give, give, give. He's just like, "I don't want nothing from you. I'm good." He said, "What can I do for you?" So that's kind of like a breath of fresh air. You know, having that as a fighter, not having to worry about, oh, what's his ulterior motive. You know what I mean? Like,
I know.
he doesn't have one. He's just genuine. So he's been helping me with my top game, my ground game, and just getting up in like certain things. And I feel more comfortable. Like I said, I mean, the last fight, I was comfortable on my back. I wasn't getting hit. I wasn't worried about nothing. Wasn't breathing hard. Wasn't working too hard. People got to understand, just because you get taken down doesn't mean you lose the fight.
Right. Exactly.
We had a whole nother round, baby, and you got to start standing there.
Yeah, that's hard for a lot of the sort of casual fans to know that. And I know a lot of casual fans are on there, and even some seasoned fans are on there, and they looked at your last fight, and there's just all this controversy. But I mean, it's good to hear from the horse's mouth how it went, and kind of get your perspective on it, as opposed to just watching tape and then trying to make a one-sided decision based on that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, and I think, like, the post pictures speak for 1,000 words. I mean, one guy comes on there and says, "Oh, he was the Golden Gloves champ boxing." Bro, that was 15 years ago. Secondly, I was more. I think I was very. He said I didn't study his boxing. Well, from every single picture and every single video that came out, I mean, it showed me just hitting him with everything. Me not getting hit with anything. So, like, it just shows, like you said, the bias. Like, just have an open mind. When it comes with the seasoned fans versus the casual fans, they think, "Oh, he took me down, so he owned me." Well, okay, that's fine. Well, what happened when I kicked his leg out and he hit the ground face first twice? Does that mean I owned him? Like,
Yeah.
it's mixed martial arts. It's everything. So, and needless to say, I'm done, and I'm let go of that. Now, I said the only thing in front of me is Saba Hamazi, and that's standing in the way of me and my big fight contract with my family and my gym and my neighbor and everybody that's been there. So it's pretty much all I'm focused on and worried about.
Is your relationship with say Shogun or the other there's so many different ones.
CFFC, I fought
CFFC,
CFFC, LFA, Shogun,
yeah, all,
XEC. I fought what else? XEC. I fought.
yeah,
There's like 7 different ones that I fought for.
all of
Um,
those.
yeah.
Are your relationship with them, now that now that the cat's out of the bag about you going to Bellator, has that soured your relationship with them, or are you still able to fight on those cards as well? How's the
No,
relationship?
well, here's how, and that's a great question. I'm glad you actually, asked me that so I can answer that. Like I said, nobody's going to tell me what to do. My biggest thing that kind of sent me to where, I mean, I'm in debt to Shogun. Like, I fought for everybody else a couple times, once or twice, whatever. But Shogun's really prep me and prompt me for this shot. You know what I mean? So am I able to fight for all of them? Well, I don't plan on fighting for them because I plan on winning, and I plan on getting that multi-fight contract. You know what I mean? So that's what my plan is. You know what I mean? And then that's what's going to happen. So why would I take a step back? In
Right.
reality, in reality, Shogun's one of the biggest regional promotions, and John Rallo is an amazing guy and a good friend of mine. And I owe everything that I have actually in this game to him because he's given me multiple shots. He's given me opponents. He's made sure I've had fights. You know what I mean? So, but now it's my time to be on that level, the next level where I know I'm at. And when I get there, and I'm done enough, then I'm done. And now I can focus on getting my other guys, like I said earlier, and I can focus more on family and building my business. I mean, I'm 30, going on 36 years old. I'm 35. Even though I look, I'm a pretty boy and I look like I'm 21. It's people got to realize that I'm nobody's show pony. It's like, I've done that, and that now I'm just want to focus on me. I want to focus on this next 3 weeks in this fight. And then after that, then, when I win and we see what happens and we go from there. But until then, I'm not looking past this fight.
That's what's up. So last question. All right. And this is basically you mentioned, and for those of you guys who don't know, or those of you that do know, Micah was one of the first guys to go to the BMF ranch with Cowboy.
Oh yeah, my boy.
And I know that you guys kept in touch. You guys still talk to one another. Have you talked to him, or do you know how he's doing since his weird loss to Tony Ferguson?
No, so I saw him at the Cowboy fights a couple weeks ago. And didn't really, talk about anything. We just had fun. I wasn't bringing up anything. Talking. That was actually before. Was that right after? I'm trying to think.
It was right after.
It was right after. Yeah, we didn't talk about that at all. He just cracked me a Budweiser. He said, "Yo, what's up?" And just it's just stuff you don't really bring up. Especially with him. He's an icon for the sport.
Yeah.
And he's a good dude, and he's going to keep fighting until he's dead. That's just the type of person he is.
Yeah.
And it's just the short time that I spent with him. I was getting ready for my fight, so I actually didn't. He wanted to go out, and I wanted to so bad, but I chose not to because I had to get back to training. I was fighting within 2 weeks. But I see us crossing paths real soon again, especially with the Cowboy Fight Series. My involvement with that and everything. So
absolutely.
yeah. So I just he wins. I give him congratulations. He loses. Fuck it, he'll get the next one. So
right on. Well, I gotta thank you again. I mean, you stuck with us. I know that you guys are hanging out, having life together. So thank you for taking it.
We're fixing to get Rita's.
There it is.
Italian ice. Oh yeah.
Right on.
So she can say hi. She can say hi to everybody.
What's going on?
Hi.
So she's a soldier. She's a trooper. Being here with me. She and everything. And a lot of my game and the support system that I have is through her. So obviously I wouldn't be where I'm at right now without her as well.
That's what's up. And I want to thank you guys both for coming on the show. And I want to especially say to you, Micah, good luck on your fight, man. And we are all rooting for you to win and to really show them who's SeeMe.
Thank you. And that's what it is. And that's what my my good friend and my head coach Henry said. He said we're just here we're going to show them. That's it. I'm not talking trash. I'm not I don't post. We're just going to show them. That's it. Simply.
Thank you again, Micah.
Thank you for having me, and I greatly appreciate it.
All right. Have a good one, man.
You too, guys. All right.
Peace out.